I am not going to lay next to you and correct you. Just so we're clear.
Right. Let's get on with it.
All right, gaming. Right.
Yes, but actually, I think yes, we were recording. So, welcome back. Everyone.
Wait, what?
Yes, we were. I'm sorry. I pushed the record button too quick, but sorry. We'll edit out the story. It's okay.
Oh, you mother!
That's all right. No one will see it. And no one will care. But yes, welcome back everyone to me and Terra with Suzerain. We're on chapter 4, so this is like the last chapter. So hopefully we can get this series done and move on to something else.
I accidentally pressed record too quickly. You mother!
I'm sorry. Or maybe
no,
maybe
you're not. I know you. You're not sorry.
Shall we read the papers, darling? You know.
this better than that right now.
Let's read Geopolitico. Let's over to you, Terra, for this one. You know.
Okay, just give me a few seconds. I can't believe you fucking asshole.
Well, you know. Do you think he likes reading the morning papers in the morning, or not?
I fucking hate you.
Were you there to witness that too, or no?
You fucking cunt.
Right. Okay. Let's get on with the show.
All right. Sure. Yeah. Okay. Hegel would take all the necessary steps. In a televised address, Chancellor Emmerich Hegel claimed intensive fighting was taking place between the Agnolian forces and the locals of Helgeland, resulting in the massacres of ethnic Volks living on the island. He portrayed the conflict as a national struggle and compared it to the independence wars of the former colonies in Riga. Hegel said Walsland, as a guarantor of Helgeland's security, would take all the necessary steps to prevent mass atrocities committed against the islanders. Van Horten said in a television interview that Walslandians must withdraw their harassment squad from the Markian Sea before any diplomatic talks can happen.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. So yeah, that's the old Helgeland thing, and right, massacres. I think that's a little bit of political rhetoric there, to be honest. I bet there isn't as bad as people say it is. But we haven't got anything else. So what do we got? We've got the Protect Women Act or End of Day at Home. Shall we do the Protect Women Act first?
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, okay.
The Assembly, in cooperation with the Commission of the Status of Women, has come to the conclusion that the country suffers under a high ratio of domestic violence cases. In light of these immoral conditions, the Parliament passes the following law. Section 1 criminalizes domestic violence that occurs against women. Subsection 1 of Section 1 creates a newly established witness protection program for abused women.
Minus one government budget. Now, whilst this is a worthy act, a bill, this will fuck us over for the budget. This could take all the gains that we've made with regards to the economy and take us back down again. I mean, obviously, I want to sign it, and you do too. But from a pure games thing, and the fact that we have to go home and look at our wife in the face, what do you want to do?
I prefer to sign it.
Yeah, me too. There we go.
I prefer to go down with my flag raised, knowing that I did a good thing.
Yeah. Even though the government budget probably won't be able to do anything for about the next 10, 20 years.
Well, let's be fair. We are pretty much screwed anyway, so
Yeah.
might as well make the best of it while we still have the chance.
That's right. So, yeah, the Protection of Women Act, average women's rights. So
Average. Well, it's better than none, I guess.
we are pretty mediocre when it comes to the law, aren't we?
Yeah, but I think that's because we still haven't gone after the old guards in the.
I think we must have
Supreme
missed
Court.
that. I think we must have just skipped over that.
No, if I remember correctly, I think we basically said, yeah, let's deal with that at a later point. And it hasn't come up since. So I think it's basically we have to deal with it as it happens, or we probably won't be able to correct it later on.
You can tell that one of us is Swedish and one of us is English. The welfare state is good. It's good and up and running. Order pretty balanced.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
some good, some bad. Diplomacy again,
pretty good.
Balanced. Military, slightly leaning towards crap. The economy, I thought the economy looks pretty, maybe leaning towards the poor side, obviously. But
yeah,
on the whole,
it could be. It can always be worse.
It could always be worse. Yeah. Law we don't seem to be doing great on at all.
Not really, but I mean, we are trying.
We are, and it could be worse. We could have an economy that only several months ago was in the toilet. So
yeah, we were down at what, 1 or 2 something.
Yeah, we were down at 2 at one point. Okay, it was raining as Sergei dropped me off at my home after yet another grueling day of work. A guard held an umbrella over my head as I walked from the car to my front door. Inside the house was completely dark. I flipped the light on the kitchen to find a note from Monica. What's she been up to? Has she been inviting young men into the house?
I hope not. Well, we have women's rights now, so no, I can
well, we can't beat her over the head because of it. Oh, damn, what have we done?
Now I can do what Peter always does.
Yeah. Okay. Kyra had called her in for a last-minute women's rights meeting. She'd dropped Deanna off at a friend's and left me some food for reheating. I took the pot out of the fridge. It was filled with an unidentifiable greyish-looking stew. Evidently, Monica's excellent cooking had been the first casualty of her political career.
Let's reheat it.
Yeah, it can't be that bad.
I mean, if it's homemade, it's still better than buying a pizza.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. I sighed and put the pot on the stove. Whilst it was heating up, I went to the living room to fix myself a drink. Suddenly, the phone rang. I went to the kitchen and answered it. Frank's voice was on the other end. Wow, okay.
Oh.
International calls from university over in communist land.
Maybe. Oh, I thought Mom would pick up.
Well, I don't know. She's
either 2 or 3, but I think 2 is. Well, I mean, we are supporting our wife, so.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, right. She was actually in the papers over here. They're calling her fierce.
There was a long silence.
I got that record you sent me. Not bad for old folks' music. Yeah. Glad you liked it.
There you go.
How's Uncle Peter doing?
I don't know.
Well, it is true. We actually haven't heard much from him since then.
No, he's probably plotting our downfall. Probably walking up to some kind of, large.
Hey,
large
Rumberg, Hey, Rumberg, you want some dirt on the president?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past him. Okay.
Okay. So messed up what he did. Some of the profs there are hoping your hire new VP would push you closer to millennialism.
Yeah, so this is the communist.
Okay.
Yeah. Never.
Not only that, or they can stick with facts. The cabinet chooses candidates.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
And the equality lunatics. What? Picking up any useful ideas over there. So, how do you find the line of socialism?
Two.
Yeah.
Boom.
I mean, they're obviously doing something right. But I guess you don't feel the same way since you made that deal with Lesbia.
Yeah.
Let's see, you never paid attention to my politics back at home. That had nothing to do with my personal politics. It was simply the most convenient option. I sent you over there to get a free education, not fill your head with carnal propaganda.
Two. Yeah. It was politics. It was the most convenient for the country. You need trade partners, and that's it.
Well, it was the wrong move. Aligning with us is the only way forward.
Yeah, he has been.
Okay.
Is it us now? Oh, look at you.
Yeah, I think that actually might be a good poke at him.
Yeah, you watch your place. It was that or military school, and I was kind.
My head's been stuffed with storage propaganda since the day I was born. Right now I feel like I'm thinking clearly for the first time.
Ooh.
If you like it over there so much, don't bother ever coming home. Wow. Don't come crying to me when you're stuck on the bread lines. I'm happy you're opening your mind, just stay away from reefer. Just be careful, Frank. I don't want you to get brainwashed there.
Yes, 4 is probably 3 or 4.
No, I would say 4 because it kind of shows we still care.
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, he's a young man. I mean, who doesn't go to university and broaden their mind and think a little bit differently. I mean, I don't think we should chastise him. Maybe say, yeah, I'm glad you're looking into different modes of politics and running things, but maybe just stay away from drugs, eh? I mean, because he's not technically brainwashed. I mean, he's pushing back against his dad. He's
not that brainwashed. Aligning with us is the only way forward. I would say that sounds pretty brainwashed.
All right, we'll go with 4. I suddenly became aware of a smoky smell coming from the kitchen. My dinner was burning.
Well, I have to go. Try calling your mother tomorrow.
Maybe just say, look, good catching up with you, but...
Okay, that
I love you, Frank. I'm your dad. That won't ever change, even if you do become a communist. Boom. Okay. Bye-bye, Dad.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And we both hung up. I raced to the stove and turned off the burner. The bottom of the pot was charred, but part of the mystery stew was still salvageable. I ate alone by the flickering light on the television, wondering when Monica and Deanna would get home. Oh no, work and politics, eh? It ruins you. So yeah, there's the economy. How are we doing? Debt crisis. Oh, we put ourselves into debt. Oh no. Right. What do we want to read first?
It's very good. We always start with the news.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Holsland Post. You can read this one.
All right. USP conservatives try to obstruct administration. Sources from within the Grand National Assembly has informed us that the conservative wing of the USP seems to be intentionally obstructing President Rain's agenda. From failing to attend committee meetings to delaying bills that the president has attempted to push through, Dorrit Tory and her fellow Conservatives have no apparent motive other than blocking rain at every turn. Tory and the President are known to have clashed over the latter's constitutional reforms. Could that have prompted her vindictive attitude? Election campaign ramps up across Swordland. The election campaigning efforts have started to pick up speed across Swordland. To become the 5th president of Swordland, the candidates began delivering their speeches at rallies and conventions while party flags were flying in major cities. The campaign centers are busy with scheduling and organizing events. The exciting times of elections are approaching. In the majority of the cities, USP appears to be the most prominent, whereas PFJP follow behind along with NFP. It will be thrilling to see the presidential race renew once again for the fast-approaching elections.
Well, that's interesting that we've got most of the votes in the cities, I suppose. But,
maybe.
Yeah.
Ladies' bill struck down. Families in Swordland can breathe easier as a controversial Women's Liberation Act proposed by Minister of Education Cara Walds, with the blessing of First Lady Monica Rain, completely failed to pass. This bill, which would have upended Swordland's traditional values by forcing undue burdens on women in the name of equality, was supposed to be supported by President, but struck down in the Assembly.
So hang on, Terra. I mean, it was struck down, but we still suffered a budget.
Yeah. We're back at monetarily, but the Assembly didn't accept it.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you're going to back it monetarily, right, that, as in opening up witness protection programs, supporting, women's rights in the courts or whatever, then you need the money to back that up. But the thing is, the bill was struck down, so you're not going to be having that expenditure,
Well, money is already spent, no matter if it passes or not.
Okay, fair. I don't know if I agree with that, but Swordland today. Okay, former VP steps back from public life. Former Vice President Peter Vecturn has not been seen in public in months, since his affair with the Rumburgian spy was made public. President Rain quickly ousted the VP from his party once the affair was discovered and replaced him with a new VP. Vecturn reportedly left Wholesword for a change of scenery following the scandal, but those still close to the former VP claim they have not been able to reach him. Oh dear. The Blackhaven Times.
Protect the Women Act signed. In a massive step forward for Swordland's women, domestic violence became illegal throughout the country thanks to a bill proposed by the government's new Women's Rights Commission. Spearheaded by Education Minister Cara Walden, the Commission had originally pushed for sweeping new laws regulating equality among the sexes in the school and workforce. While these failed to pass, given the number of conservatives in the Assembly, the Protect Women's Act itself is itself a remarkable achievement.
Okay, well, how does that match up with Ladies' Bill struck down?
So this is Women's Liberation Act.
Okay, so that's different. Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Economists. Swordish debt causes credit downgrade. Oh dear. The credit rating of Swordland has been downgraded after a massive report on government deficit has surfaced from the Ministry of the Economy. Foreign rating agencies have said that investors who buy government bonds with high interest rates are not likely to see profitable returns on their investment. The widening government budget and the borrowing, which is leading to Swordland into a debt spiral it might not get out of, is concerning analysts about the future of the economy. The reduction from a B minus to oh come on, that's a big jump. A B minus to a D minus will also reduce the chances of attracting foreign investors who seek to invest in Swordish Wren and the government. That's a bit of a big downgrade. They normally don't jump like that. They normally go from a B minus to a C or something like that. But going from a B to a D, that's catastrophic.
So this might be our last session.
We'll see. Right. So Narvel. So I go from left to right. I guess so.
Yeah, sure, why not?
What's going on in Narvel?
Police overwhelmed in remote cities. Since the deployment of the police forces to combat the unrest, many attacks have occurred in remote cities. Ambushes are rampant and the security forces are being pushed back. Police stations and patrols were the main targets of the militants. Unless reinforcements are provided, the current forces are not enough to control the situation.
Wow. I mean, we put so much into the police already, didn't we? We just didn't want them to become the Gestapo.
Something doesn't add up, I feel.
Okay. Report from Lackhaven. Fair Trade Commission creates trade regulation. The Fair Trade Commission has begun work on assessing the existing trade irregularities and unfairness. The first act of the Commission will be to create new regulations to balance import and export differences to ensure local competition can remain strong. And read the debt report. Okay.
The debt crisis shocks the economy. The central bank and the Ministry of Economy are tackling the extensive damages caused by the debt crisis and the subsequent credit rating downgrade of Sordland. Both entities are resorting to all sorts of currency and economic control measures to stabilize the volatility triggered by the events.
Conriat. Private prisons increase revenue. There we go. With new private prisons running, many wealthy inmates have requested to be transferred to those prisons. We're already expecting to see a substantial amount of revenue being generated from those prisons. Well, maybe that might save the country. Who knows?
I'm not so sure, but okay.
A human dignity bill?
When did we agree to this?
Probably about 9 months ago, maybe. I don't know.
So the newly proposed bill will amend Section 3 of the 1923 Legal Transactions Act that allowed the legalization of transactions which occur in non-registered businesses or other entities like single persons if the party delivered accurate documentation to the financial authority. This created a legal loophole for prostitution. The Human Dignity Bill will protect common decency and prevent the violation of moral principles that occur in the act of prostitution by making it an illegal offense in which perpetrators are punishable by law.
Okay, so do we want to ban prostitution? I can't remember this ever coming up. Can you? Like...
Right now, no, I can't say I do, actually.
Order. Or, I mean, it would be organized crime, maybe? Corruption? No, it wouldn't be that.
Well, organized crime kind of makes sense. I mean, racketeering, extortion, prostitution, money laundering.
I don't know, man. Like... I mean, obviously it will please the Conservatives.
Yeah, but...
So...
-6? I mean, we haven't been on the plus budget since we started the game, basically.
Yeah, that's true.
So either we run the country into the ground trying to do good.
Yeah.
Or we try and tiptoe and hopefully maybe manage to keep the country out, or maybe another term.
I think banning prostitution will definitely get the Conservatives of our party on side with us.
I agree. But as you have stated so many times before, we gotta think of the budget, because we went from a B- to D- with just from -4 to -5.
Yeah.
So going down to -6 would be like what, F grade?
Something like that.
That's
a big tank. That's a big tank.
Yeah, and it also stated in one of the previous things we read that it will not entice foreign investors to Valsland.
So I mean, is this going to be one that we have to veto? Just because of budget constraints?
This is a tough one. Because basically we have to choose between economy or
concern. Well,
politics in general.
Yeah. I mean, from trying to get the Conservatives on side, I mean, maybe we already did that with regards to Gloria Tory. I don't know. But I imagine
I'm not quite sure. I mean, they did decide to strike down the other bill, whatever it was again, female liberation thing. But then again, liberation is kind of going against the traditional conservative values, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
And signing this would go along with their morals, but it is gonna really make sure that the budget prolapses.
Who knows? Maybe there'll be an option to point the finger at Conservatives for how bad the budget is. We only got this to this bad because of your policies that you helped us. Yeah, I don't know. We have to make a decision. We have to make a decision.
So either hopefully appease the Conservatives, or doing the right thing but tanking the budget.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean to sign it would please the Conservatives because it outlaws prostitution. But if we veto it, then it pisses off the Conservatives. But I don't know.
Oh yeah,
it keeps the budget.
You're right.
Yeah,
I totally misread that one. Yeah. So well, it is still either politics or economics.
Yeah. What do you want to go for?
Oh, thanks, putting this on me.
Yeah. Trust the VP Terra.
Well, basically every fiber of my being says that yes, we should ban prostitution to protect the women, because prostitution is more often than not voluntary. So for that reason, I think we should sign it.
Take a gamble, and hopefully that the trade might bounce us back up 1 or 2 points. Fuck it. We're in chapter 4. Let's just sign it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
We're so fucked.
Actually, you know what? I might even screenshot this and then send it to Jan. Just... There you go. I'll send it to him later on.
I have a feeling you're gonna get a 6 megabyte big email just saying ha 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 all over.
Yeah. So what's that done? Has that changed anything? It hasn't actually changed anything with regards to law and order. So here we go. Discussion of the current
news.
Oh, the news.
Always news first.
Postal Post. I didn't realise it. I thought we were still on the same kind of thing. Traditional values of Swordish law. President Rain signed the Human Dignity Bill protecting common decency in Swordland. Prostitution will now be punishable by law, ensuring that moral principles, traditional values, and Swordland's integrity is now written into law. The Assembly should be applauded for this strong moral backbone in signing this bill. Well, at least we have a strong moral backbone, Terra.
Yeah, but fuck all in our coffers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, not even personal wealth. We're not even going to come out of this rich ourselves.
Yeah, we need to visit Peter again, see if he has another scheme up his sleeve.
Maybe. Right. Discussion on current internal affairs. Here we go. A storm was on the horizon outside my window.
No shit.
Yeah. The inside of my office, however, was very warm and cozy. I straightened myself on the sofa next to the fireplace and looked at Mansoon, who was sitting on the couch across from me. He was representing all 8 Bludish members of the assembly. He had dark creases under his eyes from the lack of sleep.
I can't remember how his voice went,
No,
so let's do what we do with every character in this game.
And just
come up with
change
a new
it.
one. Yeah. As I said, no, that's David Wishy.
Yeah. I think you were just reading it, and well, I don't know. Give it your best shot. I don't know.
I think kind of nasal in a way.
Okay.
As I said earlier, we've been working on this bill for a long time, Mr. President. I've always done my best to represent my people, only to keep getting blocked in the assembly. We can't have the same happen again. I've always brought my people's concern to the assembly and raised my voices whenever our rights were in question. All we ask is that the assembly at least have a proper discussion. But all that we get is disrespect. MPs shouting racial slurs at us, not allowing us to speak. It's not the National Front, it's the USP.
He sighed. Yeah.
Yes, now I can speak freely without Mrs. Corey leading the floor, but the outcome is no different. The Assembly does not take us independents seriously, and you, Mr. President, have approved anti-Bludish
Fuck
policy.
off! We increased your percentage of the vote, you know, just to make things a bit more fairer and representation. I don't agree with that.
I think your mic cut out, Dave. But
I did it. I know. I think I was just saying.
There, you're back.
Okay.
I know, or want to believe, that you only did this to appease your base. I'm here to ask you to reconsider your stance. We can make a difference in Swordsland together. What makes you think that I only have political reasons? Wow, okay. I don't believe I've done anything against the British people. Yeah? Because we can't remember it.
No, I think we've done pretty good for the Bludish people. We gave them rights. We gave them, you know, we changed the minimum requirements to get into Parliament from what, like 6% to 3% or something like that. What's this guy on about?
No idea.
Yeah, I have no regrets. No. 2. Yeah, we'll go 2. Yeah. Yeah.
Really? You were not only silent about the racism in this country, you enabled it.
What a nasty piece of work.
You targeted our language and banned it in schools.
Oh, okay. Well, we did do that, but at the same time, who cares?
Yeah, but I mean, we didn't outlaw the language.
No, of course we didn't.
We just put Swordish.
You can speak it. Yeah, you can speak it at home. That's no problem. You can speak it on the street, and no one will bat an eyelid. It's just it doesn't need to be taught in schools.
What are these laws if not an attempt at cultural genocide?
Oh.
It is time to undo these mistakes, Mr. President.
You know your place.
It sounds like you're already in a downward spiral. Like, okay, we're already fucked. Let's just go down with the bang.
No, know your place. Yeah.
Let's see. You are right. I'm not from my decisions. What are you asking me to do? Why should I undo what I did?
Slap him down and say, look, it's not racism at all. You know, we just teach Swordish here in Swordlands, and we're not outlawing your language. You can pass it on to generation as you please. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just that it's not needed in this particular setup of society. You know, we don't need to teach Bludish in any form. Yeah, this is Swordland. So know your place. I want to slap this guy down.
You heard it, people. It's Dave's decision.
Unless you talk me round, of course.
No. You said you wanted to do it, and if you want to do it, I know I can't talk you out of it.
There we go. He looked at me with a stolid expression. I haven't heard of that word ever. Stolid?
I have no idea. Maybe it's a combination between stoic and solid.
Yeah, maybe.
What is that supposed to mean?
It's a no, Mr. Lecky. I can't help you. There we go. Done.
It's meant to stop her
That's
accusations of
probably
me.
better.
Just do what you want.
Yeah.
I can't help the blues while my own people suffer.
2. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, it's accusations that don't stick.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We have a proposal to give amnesty to those who were falsely arrested for having ties to the Democratic Blue Ridge Freedom Party. Pass it as a decree. You don't need the assembly. And let us, independents, form a commission for minority rights.
Oh. I mean, fair enough. I mean, minority rights is important enough, but I mean, this is false pretenses. We literally gave these guys more representation, and he's still asking for more.
And the only bad thing I can remember is what you mentioned, that we put Swordage.
Yeah, but I mean, who wouldn't? I mean, it's not like, I mean, if say, for example, Terra, I don't know, a million English people migrated.
I'm not saying it's wrong to make sure that they learn Swordage first. That doesn't mean that they can't speak their own language, as mentioned before.
We just don't need it in schools right now. That's all.
So they wanted to pass a minority rights and commission. That's a decree.
And for the sake of gaming it, I don't think we can afford it either. I don't think we can afford a commission for minority rights, which would just take more out of the budget.
Would creating a commission cost? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, of course it would.
Because everything costs money.
Yeah.
That's why we are where we are at this point.
Exactly.
You know what? I'm going to leave this up to you.
Well, I don't think we can help him. I mean, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, a commission in an ideal world would be lovely. But this guy's on false pretenses. He thinks it's some kind of cultural genocide that we're doing. It's like, no, mate. You guys have crossed the border. We've let you in because of down south in whatever country it's called, the oil and diamonds place. So yeah, you can come here. We'll give you refuge. We didn't shut the borders. It's just that the fact this is Swordland, and we don't necessarily need to teach your language in schools. You can speak it wherever you want. It's just not needed in schools. It offers nothing.
I'm saying it again. I love listening to you rant.
I don't think so. Go on.
Future Mr. May. What? You're that scared of losing your racist voters ahead of the elections?
Here we go. Here comes a man with sense.
Here comes the cavalry.
Yes. Lucian, sir, I'm sorry. I thought your meeting was over.
Mr. President has already decided. We can call it over, Mr. Gillette. I was already leaving.
Great. Then we must go to the meeting room. Sir, one of our new campaign advisors has some plans for the election. He's waiting for us. Let's go. Da, 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 da. What's happening over here?
News.
News. Okay. The Economists, your go.
Rich and standard rates, Swordland D-. Entry City, Arcadia, 0911 AM. The Rich and Standard, one of the most prestigious credit rating agencies of the world, has officially decided to downgrade the rating of Swordland from B- to a D-, while warning of further reductions if the government borrowing isn't reduced drastically in the next year. The warning has led to many investors in Swedish government bonds to panic and hold their upcoming purchases for the 5-year bonds. The Ministry of Economy and Central Bank quickly urged calm and highlighted efforts to maintain stability. The markets did not recover, however, and the question of raising interest rates significantly on 5- or 10-year government bonds is now becoming a reality. Swordland finds itself between a rock and a hard place.
Lovely. Geopolitico. Valsland blockades Helgeland. According to reports coming from Helgeland, the island is under complete blockade by the Valslandian navy. 6 ships that transported goods to the island were forced to retreat when the Valslandian fleet fired upon them. It seems Chancellor Hagel decided to send troops to Helgeland and seize control of the island by force. What does Helgeland matter to Valsland? Question mark. Located in the middle of the Marquian Sea, Helgeland is strong historical and cultural ties with Valsland. It was the Valslandian territory before it was annexed by Agnolia years ago. And one of the pretexts of this upcoming invasion of Valsland has been to defend its citizens in Helgeland. But Helgeland's strategic importance goes a lot further. The port of Helge Port, home of the Marquian Sea Fleet, is vital to Valsland's power in the Marquian Sea and beyond. Of course, there is also a large group of Valgish living in Helgeland who see the island as part of Valsland. The Valslandian nationalists have always been vocal about seeing the islands as an integral part of their country.
I mean, to be fair, I cannot unsee the parallels to what's happening in the real world.
Yes, it's very clever, isn't it? Very clever.
And kind of scary.
Indeed. Read the report from Estord. Rumberg plane warned inside our airspace. No, you bastards! Go away! A lone Rumbergian warplane violated our airspace by entering the territory of Swordland for 2 minutes and left after issuing a radio message. Okay, well at least...
They have no troops on the border.
I thought that was over. I thought we deterred it because of our reforms, but... Oh, shit. Alright, here we go.
This is going to hell in a handbasket really quick.
It's not. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Oh.
2 acts. Wow.
2 acts. The alcohol tax. Yes. It will improve health. And +1 to the government. Yes. Yes. Tax on alcohol. Done. Yes.
Import tax from foreign alcohol products.
It'll help. It'll help, Terra. It will help.
Yeah. I just want to read what it actually entails.
We were elected to lead, not to read.
The GNA proposes the ATA to socially deter the excessive amount of alcohol consumption that has risen in the general populace, and to increase its tax revenues. Section 1 will impose a 20% tax on sales of all alcohol products sold in the country. Section 2 makes local alcohol production that is destined for export exempt from taxation. Section 3 establishes a 25% import tax on foreign alcohol products which come from countries that have no trade regulations imposed on the type of goods.
I think we should sign it. It doesn't affect exports. I think it'll be good.
That is true. Yeah, okay, let's try it, because why not?
Why not? News. Oh. Why? Oh, no.
Because we went from -4 to -6 in one round.
I know.
I'm guessing.
Yeah. The Grand National Assembly has signed an Alcohol Tax Act to deter the excessive amount of alcohol consumption that has recently been plaguing Swordland. Drunk and disorderly youths will quickly learn that their actions have consequences, and they will soon be paying a further 20% tax on all alcohol products in the country. And what has that done to the welfare system? Alcohol consumption reduced.
Yeah, it's in the green.
It's in the green. Lovely. Okay.
All right. And the other one was
Fair Luxury Tax Act. +2 to the government budget. Oh,
ooh.
shit.
The Assembly proposes an amendment to Section 6 of the Tax Code of 1949. The FITA seeks to improve the fairness of the taxation system and increase tax revenues. Section 1 sets a 50% tax rate which will be imposed on items of the luxury goods class determined by the Ministry of Economy. This encompasses jewelry, furs, sports cars, yachts, private planes. Section 2 of the amendment will establish a 10% estate tax for the condition of purchase, sale, and transfer of property, in particular in inheritance situations.
I mean, personally, I don't agree with such a policy, and I think it would have probably detrimental effects down the line with regards to, say, private investment. But at the same time, if we can pull back the government budget and balance the books, I don't think it'll be a bad thing.
No, because if we get the budget a little bit better, it will hopefully start enticing foreign investors, which will give more money than just what we might get from these acts.
Perhaps. So, shall we sign it?
Yeah.
Okay, boom. Lovely. Oh no! What the hell? I don't think that was a good move.
How the hell?
I don't think that was a good move. Oh no. I think that was the wrong move.
How does economy work?
Well, like I said, I think if you put such a high tax on luxury goods, that you're not going to attract investment. Luxury tax on goods. I mean, it doesn't pinpoint it, but yeah. Ugh. I think we just tanked the economy for taxing too much.
It seems we have no idea how economy works.
No, we're not economists.
Or politicians.
Or politicians.
Or smart.
Yeah, I was trying to game the system. I thought, okay, well maybe it might stay at 3 and we'll be fine. But yeah, we've lost Terra.
Yeah, I have a feeling we're not going to get re-elected.
Yeah, I think we've fucked it. Let's have a look. The whole sword post. What does that say? You read it.
Luxury is now taxable. The Assembly has signed an amendment known as the Fair Luxury Tax Act. This bold choice seeks to impose a tax hike on personal items, including jewelry, coats, and cars. Believing that necessary products or loving gifts are all considered luxury products is the hard reality we are facing under the Reign administration, as they are determined to steal your hard-earned money out from under you.
Yeah, I think that was maybe the wrong move. Never mind. Fund a political youth group. I don't think we should fund any of it.
So we don't have the option of combining them, so it's either one or so no, we're gonna deny both.
Yeah.
Because that is also fair and equal.
Yeah.
We hate everyone equally.
Here we go. Rumburg reparations proposal. What? Swordland can pay reparations to Rumburg to open a path to peace?
Or what?
We haven't done anything.
The Queen of Rumburg, Beatrice Livingston, demands reparations to be paid by Swordland for the 15-day war that occurred in 1870. The Foreign Ministry sees a realistic potential for a lasting peace between Swordland and Rumburg if these reparations are paid.
I think this is a pay it or we invade. I think that.
Yeah, why is she coming with this now, almost 100 years later?
It's a casus belli. They're grasping at straws. You know, they want to invade, and you know they put in such a ridiculous proposal on the table. Of course, we're going to say no, and then it will give them an excuse to start their invasion. That's it.
I'm getting a headache.
So we either pay and not go to war and avoid war, or we don't pay and go to war with a terrible economy and an even terrible budget.
Hey, Prussia can survive, so can we.
So we're not giving in to Beatrice Livingston over here. Man, it really makes the British look really bad, doesn't it? I
mean, a part of me really wants to give it the middle finger by not paying it.
Yeah.
But as you said,
but maybe. But the thing is, at the same time, we do have a military alliance with someone, right? We can't. Didn't we join NATO? Did we not? Did we not join NATO?
I honestly don't remember.
Military. Experienced generals. Maybe we didn't join NATO. I thought we had some kind of agreement with NATO, but maybe not.
I think maybe we did the dumb thing of trying to go at it on our own.
We've got joint military exercises with. It was either Agnolia or NATO. So,
yeah, exercises is one thing. That doesn't mean we're allies.
No, it says with its allies.
Don't we have some sort of diplomacy? Oh yes, it's on the last trade alliance with Lesbia. Okay,
yeah,
so we actually do have an alliance.
Okay. Trade with Lesbia, alliance with Lesbia, trade initiative, OMEC member, Marcopian Economic Cooperation, trade with Magnolia, AN member. What's that? The Alliance of Nations is a global organisation that maintains peace, security, and cooperation amongst nations. So yeah, we're in the UN.
Oh, okay.
We're in the UN. We'll be seen. We won't be seen as the aggressor. It's a 100-year-old war. Like, who gives a shit?
Yeah, I kind of feel that we should give it the middle finger.
Yeah, we don't give in to bullies. Invasion. Geopolitical. You read.
Swordland doesn't extend olive branch. Hard choices that pay off in the long run takes courage to take and sometimes costly. President Rain has decided that the cost for extending the olive branch to Romberg was too high. Swordland's move to decline the reparations to Romberg for the 15-day war would certainly not help the tensions between the neighbors. The reactions from the internal community have been generally negative, and President Rain has been shunned for not accepting the faults of the past.
What? Go piss off, would you?
It was a 15-day war, apparently, 100 years ago.
Yeah, that happened nearly 100 years ago, and we're supposed to pay reparations for it. No, I mean...
And they have an overwhelming military and probably a lot better economy than we do.
The son should not suffer the crimes of the father. There we go. Yeah, that's our policy. Emergency call on escalating situation. Oh no. I was woken up in the middle of the night by a call from the Ministry of Defence. Due to the sensitivity of the information, I had been urgently briefed in person. I put my clothes on as fast as I could. I rushed downstairs and opened the door. Sergei was waiting for me. Mr. President, this way to the car, please. We got into the car and made our way to the Ministry of Defence building without a word. I arrived and was directed downstairs. I came to a large set of doors and quickly read the sign above them. It read War Room. The dimly lit room was filled with cutting-edge equipment, the latest video screens, long-range radio electronics, and other devices used for communication, presentation and planning. The centerpiece of the room was a large round table with a coat of arms of Swordland engraved on it. David, Lucian, Valken, and Iosif were already deep in discussion. Mr. Lancier, I advise caution. Going to war wouldn't help anybody.
We must maintain peace in Swordland and Eastern Macopa at all costs.
What do you expect us to do? Sit down and do nothing? They are testing us.
We must respond immediately, otherwise they will think we are weak.
To what exactly? Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't been informed what's going on.
We want to do Captain Picard on these guys?
Yeah, why not? What's going on, number one?
Yeah. Mr. President, thank you for coming at this late hour. There is a situation. Valken, please go ahead and provide your report.
Mr. President, approximately 20 minutes ago, rumbled down one of our planes with anti-aircraft fire from the ground. The pilot was declared KIA.
Oh dear.
The last recorded position of the plane was inside Swedish airspace.
Oh.
General Kruger, I mean no offense, but are we absolutely sure that is the case? Are you sure this happened within our borders? No offense taken. Here are the locations on the map and the report from the airbase.
He pointed at several markers on the map.
To answer your question, yes, we are absolutely sure. You can see on the map that the plane was down approximately 10 kilometers inside our borders.
10 kilometers inside the border, and anti-air still shot them down?
Well...
Oh, I mean, maybe at the time it was shot down, it was 10 kilometers inside the border.
Well, I mean...
Weird.
Some SAMs...
missile, but...
a lot of SAMs have quite a reach.
That's true.
They calculated the trajectory of the gunfire, and they started firing when our plane was within our border. The plane was down near Helgen. Yeah. I completely agree.
It looks like they're trying to lure us into their trap. We have enough military power to contest against this violation of international law. We should attack and down one of their planes in retaliation. Otherwise, we will look weak, and it will lead to more casualties.
We can't look weak. If we appear weak, they will jump on the opportunity. We must order a military retaliation immediately.
I agree with the General.
Mr. President, our army is ready to do whatever it takes to protect Nordland. Gentlemen, before it comes to that point, we can prevent further bloodshed by using diplomacy.
The room fell silent before Iosif finally spoke up. Mr. President, what are your orders?
Start the Swedish war machine and prepare to invade Rockburg. I mean, what could we possibly have? Like, what? A few motorcycles with sidecars and slingshots?
Yeah.
An eye for an eye, we will retaliate with equal force to display our strength, sword and counter for to look weak. We will approach the bank and try to... Yeah, number 3.
Yeah. I mean, we haven't got any... it goes without saying that we haven't got any further reports of ground operations. There's no... So, 3. Yeah, 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Lucian's tensed up, shoulders relaxed. Thank you, sir.
I will immediately begin working on it.
With Mr. Vichy's capabilities, I'm sure we will de-escalate the situation successfully. We will keep you updated on our progress. We should have retaliated. I hope the diplomatic response makes sure that further incidences like this are prevented. If there's a next time, I'm afraid that it will be war.
We are showing a weakness. Of course there will be a war next time around. I am frankly disappointed, Mr. President. If we can't even retaliate after such an attack, what will become of this country in the future? Peace must be maintained at all costs. I am saying this as a man who has seen too many years of war. We are not the ones that are attacking the peace. Regardless, it looks like your decision has been made, Mr. President. I know when I am not needed. I will take my leave.
Before he left the room, he saluted. Well, now that we know the way forward, I have an idea, Mr. President. Let's hear it.
I say we send in a tricycle with a nuke on it.
Yeah, I say we nuke the cunts. I think we should hold a military parade to display our strength. Well, that's more of... Yeah, okay, I get behind that.
I am with Mr. Lindsay on this one. This should work well as a deterrent, and it will come in handy as a tool to de-escalate the situation.
That is a good idea. Simple and effective, without causing any ruckus. You know what? I was looking for how to spell that word earlier today. No.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. Get on with it. Yeah.
Well, technically, couldn't that also be interpreted as an escalation?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I mean, it might be seen outwards as a. No, it's just showing Rumburger say, look, okay, I get it, but you know, we're still a strong and sizable military. Don't fuck with us.
Do this once, shame on you. Do it twice, shame on me, kind of thing.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Yeah, we'll do the military parade, and who knows? You know, Gallade and you know, David. He hasn't done wrong by us, so I'm trusting.
Yeah, I mean, they all say that. Yeah, let's do it.
I'm trusting the guy who looks like Biden. He does look a bit like Biden.
And for some reason, it sounds like David Attenborough.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, let's do the military parade. Let's do it.
Okay.
It'll cost a lot of money.
most likely, because why not?
Yeah, understood. That's all, Mr. President. I will keep you updated on the situation. For now, have a good night's sleep. You will need it. I couldn't sleep all that night. Oh dear. Here we go. Holsall Post, you read it.
Okay. Swedish plane shut down. A Swedish airplane has been shot down by Rumburgian anti-aircraft guns, allegedly for violating Rumburgian airspace. Government officials said the airplane was shot inside the airspace of Swordland. Our plane was shot down where it was flying near Halgan over the territory of Swordland by an anti-aircraft missile. Our pilot did not threaten Rumburg in any way, said sorry, said Josef Losea. Okay, that was definitely not his voice. The Minister of Defense. Despite the revealed evidence from Swedish officials, the Queen of Rumburg, Beatrice Livingston, had the guts to claim that our plane was shot for violating their airspace. This is truly a heinous act of purposefully done by our rivals in the north. This tragic event will have severe consequences for Swordland-Rumburg relations.
Too right it will. Well, I think on that note, maybe it's a good time to leave a cliffhanger for our next video that will be coming out, no doubt, tomorrow. So, yeah, I mean, this one's about an hour long. I think it's a good time, and we'll see what happens next time. I
gotta say, this session has given me such a monster headache.
Oh dear, and there's still more to go, Terra. There's still more to go. You got to hang around for at least for another hour.
What, you actually think we're going to get re-elected? I doubt it.
That might, yeah, it might happen. You never know. But see you on the next one, ladies and gents. Thanks for stopping by, and
like, subscribe, and comment.